Wait. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Twitch channel Der dritte Spieler. My name is Alex T. Fenris, and let's have a go. Cosmic Nana, welcome. Wunderschönen guten Tag. Good day to you. Is the music too loud? Maybe only for me. Alright, let's go. I totally agree. Keto Cup was amazing. And I'm glad I saved all of the games. I will upload the SGF files to my smartphone so I can have a look at the recorded games in the breaks during lunchtime at work. But for now, let's... That's a bit big, is it? Is it? I decided to put Sai over here. His black expression is just what I need for some probably not very games. Let's see what happens. Anything could happen today. Happy little accidents. Blank expression Sai is best Sai. If I ever make it to a Twitch affiliate or partner, I think probably either Hikaru or Sai will be an emote on the channel. If it ever comes to that. But let's create a game first. So there's no shenanigans on the stream. Also, small reminder to activate your Twitch extensions if you happen to watch this on your computer, because you can earn tickets. You get some good stuff for them. So let's... 4 minutes practice. Okie dokie. Let's see who answers the call. Hey, Little Try. Hi. I will. Thank you very much. Schauen wir doch mal, was heute draus wird. Ey, okay. Maybe T1 wasn't necessary, but let's look where this is going. Two-point expansion. Hoshi. What should I play? Tengen? Nah. Not putting too much thought into that. Let's have an all-gamer. Let's see. Yeah, play the Hane. I anticipated a cut, which wasn't coming, not now. Nozoki. Stretch. This doesn't feel too big right now. This could be interesting, depending on how Rock God reacts. I anticipate a crosscut at R11, which didn't happen. Hane on 016? No. Interesting. Core or not core? Let's see what happens. Not having the core. Curious. Come on, now 016. I expect the Hane. Which did not happen. Yeah, probably misread that. Now the honey. Let's play something bigger. Yeah, this all of this feels too small. Okay, either white is seeing something I'm not seeing yet, or white decides to play rather small. Got nothing here yet, but I can't ignore this. Not now. Think. What? I expected a crosscut. M17, I expected that. Ah, double honey. No. Now you're talking. Still no crosscut. Not sure that was the right one. Yeah, it was. Greetings, Sergeorg. Think about ladder. Let's try this. If there's one thing I learned, Sergey, I managed to kill my own groups, somehow. It's a bad habit I must get rid of. Give them up. Small but threatening. Not very much now, but let's see where this is going. $26 in my living room. God damn it. Fuck this season. Yeah, see it. Classic net. This should be punished, right? Let's think for a bit. 3.5 minutes for thinking. Make a small push down there. No, he shouldn't. Essentially, as of right now, white only. Greetings, Shusaiku. Show him the error of his ways, you think. Maybe you think that. Basically, the only territory white has now is this, this not, because this here is dead. Maybe this, and that's it. I got this, I got maybe this. If I don't screw it up, I got this. Let's see, this is just influence right now and not very big. Show your fan in the webcam. Yeah, it's some kind of merchandise from a German anime magazine, which was in print years ago, which is called Animania. But I wanted to get myself a nice old-fashioned wooden and paper fan. I had one, but it got ripped to shreds. This one's actually and white resigned. Thank you for the game. It's over. I won. Huh. Saving the SGF file. Let's review it now, as long as it's fresh in my head. Because this was interesting. Very much commentary over here, but that's alright. Let's have some calm music. Is this calm music? Are you calm music? Yes, music is very calm. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. High approach, low enclosure. I like how Sawaki comments the moves with how they are played. The moves are named, which is good for learning, I think. High approach, low enclosure. I would say the Keima. Nirensei opening, so the 2-star. Shoulder hit, stretch, stretch, turn, turn, Hane. That was just for security reasons, Tiger's Mouth. That one there, I would have preferred to play that later on, but oh well. And then I decided, okay, you can do this, I can do that. I almost anticipated a crosscut on S4. Maybe. At least by this point I would have strongly into... Wait, no. Second line. Crosscut on second line, risky. Just for security. So here. Closure. This one, this. Another Tiger's Mouth, another stretch. Tiger's Mouth. Why did White play here? White could have played this. Honey on my stone. Even when I would have cut it. Yeah. Stairs. Does it work out? Let's have a gander. Maybe not. Maybe not. That the result was something like this. Oh boy. No real co-threat, but I was surprised that he closed it. Could have been something big. If he would have kept it open, I would have probably defended on I think maybe T13. But White closed the core. That attack, I don't know. This is very small. This is very small. White could have played something very big, like this. White could have played this. White could have played. Wait. Let's have some markings. Here. Don't know. Maybe even here. Here. So many possibilities for White. This small attack? I mean... Okay, in influence, maybe near certain territory over here, but that's small. Very small. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 points maybe this year. This is big. If played right, 12 points. Even more. This one here, a little bit more influenced to the middle. More possibilities to stretch. Also, here, 2-point expansion. Alright. So, defending, extending. I was thinking about N16. I wanted to play something bigger. I don't want to get stuck on the right border. So this was an option. Also, yeah, this one, which I would play later. This one, maybe defending the corner if you should try something fishy. 2-point expansion, no, forget that. Middle is yet open. Expanding on this, why not? Something like this. Just trying and testing something. White would continue to attack. Why? Stop it. So, diagonal hit on the shoulder. Nothing's began to get interesting. I instinctively played C2, but I could have also played, well, this one here. Also this one with white. Crosscut here. Nah, not good. It's okay, it's okay. Go through the variations. This would have also been nice because of this. And things would have gotten wild. But okay. Slow, honey after 4 stones, well. A11, very small, very unnecessary. White could have played so much more. For example, here, 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 here. Would have been nice, but okay. So I decided to make things a little bit interesting. The large knight. Wait a fucking second. Okay, so some people outside of this vicinity think it's a best idea during a holiday, kind of church thingy, holiday, religious thing called Pfingsten in Germany. I don't know the English word for it. I think it's the best idea to open up their fucking windows and blast techno music all over the fucking street. Let's get back to the game. 1 point jump. This was interesting. No, this would have been... This could have been a nice piece for white here. Maybe. Okay, stretch here. Enclosure. I was thinking honey, but I don't want to risk the Atari on K15 because I wanted to stretch more in this direction. So, yeah. All very neat, very small. Wow, such reduction. Age 15. So, now I decide to make things more interesting. Playing over here. Was this a mistake? No. Tell you what would have been a mistake. Securing this and allowing white to play this. This would have been nasty. So it's vice versa. More to get in the middle. A bit more influence. Large knight again. Small attack again. Oh boy. Take that one stone if you must. Oh, you don't want to play the ko. Fine. Here, have some 2 tiger's mouths. Then, nice attack. Let's get this thing. This was the moment where I was thinking about doing the ladder. But, yeah. Connecting here and trying to catch white this. So, why the hell? No, couldn't because not too much liberties. The honey would have been a mistake. Now the honey, white feels safe, but isn't. Not really. That's where these stones come into play. Then in a empty triangle. Oh, why? Why do you do this? And now this. Protecting cutting. Yeah, okay, white gets 2 stones, but it's probably on the safe side. I played through 2 variations, and this was probably the better outcome for everyone. So, this one pretty much sealed white's fate. This was a feeble attempt. Small Atari here. I don't know what this was about. So, not really 2 eyes, because I would have still built 1 eye space with it, but because this group is dead, I don't have to worry about making eyes for this group. Ah, sorry. I misclicked. White extending and now building a net. Yeah, Atari. I was very hard thinking about this, huh? Let's see. Connecting G7 and the double Atari, but yeah, so what? Basically same result. And this was the point in the game where my opponent resigned. Okay, time for another game. This was very interesting. Short toilet break. We'll be back with you in a few seconds. So, we're back. After this match, let me show you something cool, because I got two little things from eBay. Let's just say I have to brush up my Japanese for a bit, which means mainly katakana and hiragana. And I also have to charge the battery on my Game Boy Advance. No takers? It's gonna take a while. Let me show you. So I'm in the cam. Hope you can see them. Two Game Boy Advance games, Hikaru no Go and Hikaru no Go 2. Both complete with the packaging and manual and so on and so forth. I want to get those for a long time. A very long time. Now I got them. Would also be nice to get is an opponent. Yeah, I don't want to spoil. Did you see or read Hikaru no Go completely prior to now, Cosmic Nana? You know the story? Because if I say where I am at the story, it could be a spoiler, depending. Okay, I'm now at the point where I believe it's Izumi, where he is playing in China right now. And Sai is gone. I'm at that point now, but I've seen it. Yeah, a long time ago. God damn it, years ago. Oh, we got a opponent. Hi. Let's have a good game. Rank is question mark. What the hell? I don't know if this is... He seems to be completely new. No game recorded yet on OGS. I don't know how I should respond to that. Play the basics for a natural win. Is this a win? I don't know. Maybe he will crush me later. Maybe he'll play with a handicap. Playing the Fuseki like a complete beginner and turning the whole game around after his 10th move. Maybe. Let's see how this goes. I'm curious. Corner, side, center. D10 or K16, either one of those. Yeah, either that or completely new to the game. Nozoki, interesting. What does Black think about a little double Atari? Let's test him a bit. Let's have a little game of capturing stones, shall we? What is happening? What is happening? Yeah. Feierabend. I know. The joke on that is, it's a national holiday, so I got the day off work. So it's not really Feierabend, it's more Fire Day. Lazy pun, I'm sorry. Very lazy pun. I'm not regretting anything. Okay, let's play this by the book. 16th turn. I am eagerly anticipating when black lets loose. But not now, it seems. Let's do this one for Scoutmaker, shall we? He would be proud. Nice one. Nice one, little Troy. Nice one. I find the lack of Scoutmaker disturbing also. Oh boy. Maybe Tengen even wins the game here. Who knows? Maybe. Anything could happen. With some nice moyo. Moyo! 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 He should be here to see this. Something is happening. I don't know what, but something is happening. throwing me off my rhythm somehow. Should have played the double Atari there. Or maybe not. Come on, do some stuff, do some funny stuff. Crosscut, B10. Yes! Yes, you could do it! I believed in you the whole time. And this is how the cookie crumbles. Oh boy. I get Sente again. I got Sente again. Dude. Dude. Nope, I'm cutting. Empty triangle. Come play some honey. G11. Or a cut. K11. Do it. Why? Welp, let's see if he sees what's happening. Well, to be perfectly fair, I'm probably above 19th Q now, but if he is a beginner, he should practice on the 9x9 boards, for the time being. 9x9 boards are perfectly for practice, for getting better. Well, this is just overplay. This is nothing. This does not improve my play. Let's play stretch shuriken. I don't know. Gamer. Gamer, Large Knight, Tomb Point Expansion. I see. Hence the kappa. Oh, I see Black is playing endgame now. That's fine. Perfectly fine. Let's see, does my opponent know the rule of Ko? Apparently, he does. I just wanted to see if my opponent knew the same thing. Let's see. I could give him this gold as a present. I don't think it would make any difference. But at the same time, I feel bad. I feel bad right now. I'm laughing, but I don't take any pleasure in this. Please believe me. I'm not bullying a weaker player. I'm just laughing at the absurdity of the situation. I'm not bullying a weaker player, for God's sake. Please don't think less of me. Please. It's just... Do you see what I mean? I'm sorry. I don't want to laugh, but... I feel bad. I feel bad. I would love a play. I would love that. Let's bring this mess to an end. I'm just thinking, is this now the time where the trap snaps? Interesting. I wanted to play there. Couldn't resist. Let's test him a bit, shall we? 3-3 invasion. Pretty basic stuff. I try and stop the... I just want to say, I just want to stop the cutting for a bit and just go only for territory. But he's making it impossible. Come on now, last chance. Connect your stones. Please. Fanning intensifies. Little try. What is even happening right now? He is a complete beginner. I have no other explanation. He's a complete beginner. He should not have been playing on this board. I'm laughing at the situation. I'm not laughing at the player. I would never do. I would never laugh at a new player at this game. It's just the absurdity of the situation right now. Because I said earlier, after his 20th move, I expect him to drop his Honin Bushusaku style and wiping me completely off this board. He needs experience. Finally. Let's show him how to defend the corner. Come on, play the honey. 018, 018, you can do this. Play the hunt. Or maybe not. Come on, buddy, you get another try at this. Do the honey. Do the right thing. One last chance. Do the right thing. Yeah, now it's too late. You effed it up, son. Sorry for the smack talk. Smash talk. Dirty talk? No, not dirty talk. Dirty talk's completely other thing. Hello! RTG Foy. I have no earthly idea how I should pronounce that nickname, but you are very welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a good time. Did you watch the Kido Cup broadcast? Oh boy. Come on now, last chance. Hebel 01. 9x9er Brett ist auf jeden Fall ganz gut. Ein Buch, das ich dir... Oh, for God's sake. Last chance. Für komplette Anfänger empfehle ich tatsächlich ein kleines Übungsbuch, das im Brett- und Stein Verlag erschienen ist. Das heißt Schwarz am Zug, ist von Gunnar Dickfeld, war das, glaube ich. Ist auf jeden Fall ein ganz gutes Übungsbuch, um nochmal die Basics ein bisschen zu vertiefen. Das kann ich auf jeden Fall empfehlen. Ich habe es auch genommen, um wieder in das Spiel reinzukommen. Ich hatte bis letztes Jahr, hatte ich für knapp 10 Jahre mit Go komplett pausiert. Und das war auf jeden Fall gut, um wieder so ein bisschen reinzukommen. Und ist auf jeden Fall... Ne? Kann man auf jeden Fall mal den einen oder anderen Blick riskieren. So, das ist jetzt geschenkt für Schwarz, aber das macht jetzt auch keinen Unterschied mehr. Gerne. Also das Buch kann ich auf jeden Fall empfehlen. Also wenn du gerne mit Büchern lernst, dann ist es auf jeden Fall... ne? Oh boy. Ein anderes Buch, was ich auch empfehlen kann, ist gerade auch, gut, es ist ein bisschen ausführlicher geschrieben, ist von Kageyama Toshiro. Das heißt Lehrstunden in den Grundlagen des Go. Ist auf jeden Fall mehr Text, aber gerade so die grundlegenden Techniken werden da auch sehr schön Oh! Adi Hebel, danke für den Follow und welcome to the Spielerclub. Jedenfalls auch ein sehr gutes Buch, weil da auch sehr anschaulich erklärt wird. Er geht manchmal ein bisschen hart ins Gericht, ne? Ja. ist halt sehr japanisch im Stil. Ich weiß nicht, wie ich es dann beschreiben soll, aber Toshiro Kageyama hat sich als Profi sehr für das Amateur-Go eingesetzt und das liest man auch ganz gut heraus. Also da sind auf jeden Fall nützliche Sachen drin, die einem als Anfänger in dem Spiel auf jeden Fall sehr helfen. And I will translate most of the stuff I said in German, in English, so Cosmic Nana can understand that as well. Andy Hebel basically asked how to improve a bit. He's a complete beginner. He wants just some tips, and I recommended some books which are also available in multiple languages. Schwarz am Zug is it's called in German because the author is German as well. Black to Play it's called in English, and it's a smart little series of it's a good series of books for exercises, and they helped me getting back into the game after a 10-year break from the game. So was gebet mit Resignation. No problem, you're welcome. Gern geschehen. So, and I also recommended a book from Toshiro Kageyama because you have these books also. That's good. I got the 4 books from the series. They range from 30th Q to 10th Q. And no, it isn't. But nice try with a funny translation. Well, this was a massacre. Okay, short toilet break. I will be back with you in a minute or so. Please don't run away. We'll be back. I'll be back. Here I am. Well, that was quick. Also, the wrong word-by-word translation for Schwarz am Zug would be black at the train. So, yeah. Okay. That was interesting. For some reason, I don't get the feeling that this should be a rated game. Oh well. So, little try. Let's do this. Are you prepared to completely demolish me? Wreck my confidence? Smash it against a brick wall? Let's keep it at the same settings. 19 by 19, Japanese rules. 4 minutes. have 4 minutes. I cannot play a ranked game. That X. If anyone got Frankerface Z, we got some nice X emotes. X gonna give it to you. Okay, let's do this unranked. Off the books, completely off the records. Let's play without handicap. Okay, in dem Fall, let's have a good game. Onegai shimasu. Besser würde ich nicht sagen. Beide Spiele sind halt relativ unterschiedlich. Schach ist halt schwerer zu erlernen, aber wahrscheinlich einfacher zu meistern. Bei Go ist es genau umgekehrt. Go hat sehr einfache Regeln, aber sie halt anzuwenden und die Taktiken daraus zu entwickeln, gerade auch wegen der Brettgröße, ist sehr komplex. Besser, ich sag mal, also ich persönlich finde Go interessanter, aber ich würde nicht sagen, dass Go das bessere Spiel ist. Beide Spiele haben ihre Vorzüge. Aber wenn du mal hitzige Debatten erleben willst, dann kann ich auf jeden Fall empfehlen, was Debatten angeht hier mit KI und so weiter. Also da gibt es Leute, die zoffen sich sehr gerne. Gerade wenn es darum geht, dann anhand von einem Computer herauszufinden, welcher nächste Zug am besten vom Computer gespielt werden würde, weil es halt AlphaGo und so weiter ist auf jeden Fall immer alles richtig, was der Computer sagt. Aber die Leute, ich habe das Gefühl, die Leute wollen weniger Züge spielen, die sie auch selber verstehen, sondern einfach nur noch Züge spielen, die vom Computer gespielt werden, weil sie tatsächlich spielstärker sind. Was, finde ich, eigentlich schade ist. Es ist schade. PJS7741, welcome to the Spieler Club. Thanks for the follow. I made a mistake in the corner. Yep, I need to practice more Joseki. That was completely and utterly bollocks. I believe it is. A minute to learn, a lifetime to master. Ich habe Tsumego geübt, also Life and Death Übungen. Aber ich habe tatsächlich wieder angefangen, auf dem normalen 19er x 19er zu spielen. Onegai shimasu im Japanischen ist die gegenseitige höfliche Bitte für ein gutes Spiel mit dem Spiel zu beginnen, oder wie man es auch hier nennen kann. Es gibt keine eindeutige Übersetzung. It's just a friendly phrase for the opponent to have a good game. Dude, that's my phrase. I messed up the upper right corner. kind of a big core though. Does it play out like this? Now you don't. I see. Yeah, I see where you're getting at. Yep. I wish OGS would have a feature such as in the Game Boy Advance game Hikaru no Go 2, where if one of the players would make, well, the player would make a baffling move, like a bad move or something, he would basically fall over, looked in disgust at the Goban, straighten his clothes and sat down again. That was pretty funny. The strange thing is I believe you. I do believe you. Schauen, wenn es die Zeit erlaubt. In den nächsten Wochen werde ich vielleicht mal nach Köln zu einem Go-Spieleabend mal aufbrechen. Habe ungefähr herausgefunden, wo das ist. Vielleicht spiele ich mal gegen mehr Menschen. Ich meine, ich spiele jetzt auch gegen Menschen, aber ich mag das Gefühl, die Go-Steine in der Hand zu haben. Interesting. That's perfectly fine. I would love to review the game with you. Would like that. Let's see if I thought this through completely. Yeah, I have Discord, sort of. Let me just set it up after the match. I have Discord, I have also TeamSpeak. Oh boy, I did lose this game. Well, that's alright. Now you're coming for it. Damn. I expected you to play on P19. And all of this would have crumbled down. You are not. Well, after that game I have to race like a piss. God damn it. I can't keep a straight face with that silly joke. Pissed like a racehorse, of course. Come on. Laughing at my own jokes. Yeah, that's what it has come to now. Well, that was a huge Panatosh. God damn this. I am having fun. Yeah, this is more a teaching game. Gax lol. Welcome to the stream. He is taking it easy on me and taking his valuable time to review the game with me after. So, yeah. Well, there goes my territory. Well, I say my territory. Which is completely bollocks, of course. Completely, utterly bollocks. Yeah. How the hell did the hair got on the tongue? There it is. 2-point territory. Nice and smooth. Upper left corner. There it is. Yay. I'm not making fun of you. You said that yourself earlier. Yeah, I have a 2-point corner. You said it yourself. The irony is, I thought about B19, but I misread that. I thought going with a Hane to kill, but that didn't work out. Not really, no. Smooth. I think... Yeah, okay. Not yet. Nah. It's alright. I overlooked that. Looks okay, looks okay. Oh, we overlooked one dame. That is... yeah. 37.5. That would have been 137.5 about a year ago. Thank you for the game. Arigatou gozaimashita. Okay, before the review, let me just race like a piss horse. Be right back. Okay, let's try to get some Discord running. Oh boy. Discord. Leroy Jenkins, downloading update 2 of 3. 3 of 3. Recruiting robot hamsters, oh boy. This is getting crazy! Xbox Discord, Xbox Account mit Xbox, ja. Ist auf alles nochmal lauter. Let's try. Wait, let's... Laden. Okay, let's see how I get this. Wait, nope. Nope. Test 1, 2, 3. Ah, god damn it. What's that? Phone, Headset, Ausgabe. Sprachaktivierung. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Test. Test. Versuchen wir es nochmal. Sprachchat verbunden. Test 1, 2, 3.
Ah, yep. Great. I can hear you.
Wonderful. And I believe the stream can hear you too. Say something.
One tube, test.
It's working. It's working. Wait.
Great.
Gotta.
Okay, I opened the review already.
So, wait. Gotta make the music a little. Wait. Oh, this is complicated.
It is.
I never worked with Discord audio chat before. I should, yeah, work more with that.
Yeah.
Especially since I am playing with the idea to retire my TeamSpeak server.
Yeah, I prefer talking over typing. It's just annoying, in my opinion. Other
Agree.
people like to type, but okay.
Okay, let's do this.
You see the review
Yep.
about
Got
the
it on
chat? Yeah, you're into it. Okay. First move, everything is normal, right?
So far.
Approach, defend. I think this would be called the Kobayashi formation.
Okay.
Like if I have the 4-4 and you approach it, right? I back off and you have this stone up there on R16. Then this is, I think, called the Kobayashi. And there's also the possibility to play here. It's a variation, sort of that. Just pointing out that's some sort of opening you can take a look at if you like to.
Yeah, I thought Q10 might invite a sort of pincer move from white
You
on
mean
the
that I
R6
jump
stone.
in between already?
Yeah.
Sort of. Wait. Oh, let me use. I think like doing this. The thing is, I think there might be special situations, but jumping in there right now, it seems to be too early in the game for me. So because it's like approach is bigger, the approach is bigger, like the approach here is bigger, I guess.
Okay.
Or here, or the split. So you can try this in your games. Just saying. But I think this is also fine. Like going back to this reminds me sort of some sort of pro style, like approaching once and then go back. You know, if this stone is at, wait, let me clear that. Okay, clearing looks different. If you have this stone over there, there are usually, I think, those two spots for the Chinese opening. The high Chinese up there and the low Chinese up there. So I think this is rather uncommon because of the spacing you have to your 3-4. So you would rather have just the big spacing on the left side and 5 spaces to your cornerstone. But that's absolutely fine. So approach is normal, defend is right. So since I'm not a textbook player, right, I cannot tell you if this is preferable over that, right? Because you would have to like study variations. So I say, yeah, back off is absolutely fine. And you should, it's not a, this is not a Kobayashi because my stone is not on this spot, yeah, but on this. But it's sort of the same idea. I give a little bit of backup for my approach stone, yeah, and I don't. I bet you know this Joseki, where I go in, you defend, and I make a base. Do you know this one?
I am working on Joseki. Let's put it that way.
Okay, so that's sort of the most common Joseki. There is a 4/4 stone, an approach, back off, slide, yeah, the Kema, slide like under the corner.
Yeah.
Black can like defend the corner and white would make a base. The problem why I did not play this is like I would totally ignore this move 1 as black now.
Okay.
Because you already have like K16. So let's say you do something, yeah, or something. Like this move you don't even have to respond because your formation is not really under pressure because you have this backup already. Because in situations where
sorry, short intermission for the chat. RTG Foy, I still have no idea how to pronounce that. Says if we have the same language, it's really convenient to review. The funny thing is, our native language is German, so we do it in English, so the English-speaking viewers in the chat can follow what we're saying.
Yeah, and I guess we are both used to.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, especially when it comes to Go, it's really awkward for me to talk German, I guess, because like I have like one friend I can talk German about Go, and all the others are speaking English. So you're welcome. So,
let's expand that.
Yeah. Okay, so again, I think you're like 1 spot off. You would rather have it a little bit closer to this stone, but I totally get your idea. So I totally get your idea. So this is actually pretty fine, and I don't want you to get this move or this move, because then you have this and this extension to your corner, like, which is a really, really nice framework. So I try to break that up by playing here. So because I think it makes totally sense, because if I don't want you to play there, it's like one of the best options is to just occupy the spot, right?
Okay.
You play this one. I guess this is okay, and probably I should have just done something like this. Because I don't know this Joseki either, as you saw in the game, right?
Me neither. Let's call it New Joseki, Shin Joseki.
Yeah, like, you know, you have to make these quotes in the air, right? With
let's call it Why the Hell Not Joseki.
Yeah. I guess there is some sort of Joseki. I liked that you did not play this move, right? Because my natural block.
Yeah, that would have been a move I would have played about a year ago, but I've tried to learn some Joseki. I looked into things, and this would have been wrong for. Oh,
you're bumping against.
Oh my God! Phone. Daniel ML001 brings in 16 viewers to the club. Thank you very much for the host. Thank you very much. This is amazing.
Oh, Daniel, I hope your stream was fine.
Hope so too. Hope you had fun. Hope you played some games. Hope you watched something of Kido Cup. That was absolutely amazing.
So it's really good that you did not play one, because you pump against the stone and you like put yourself in the situation that I hane ahead of your 2 stones. So I liked that. For me, it seems natural to cut, and then this happened, and that, and maybe I should just
that was
take.
the yeah.
So maybe this would be more natural, like force me to do something, be a little bit solid, and
I wanted actually to force you to take the two stones, P17 and Q17. That was the intention behind my shenanigans there, but I guess I should have read that out more clearly, because yeah, the code that happened later, I failed to read that. RTG Foy, I still have no idea how to pronounce your username. Welcome to Spieler Club. Thank you very much for the follow. Scottmaker also welcome to the chat. Eric J. Pun, Daniel, of course, with the host, with the raid. Okay, let's continue with the review.
So let's say I would take the stones, right? Like, you forced me to take, and it would be the best thing, right? Because the corner didn't work out for me the way I played it. Yeah, because this variation we were showing, it's kind of a tough ko, and at the beginning there are no real ko threats. Like, it's really hard to win this ko, so I gave up on this corner and did not.
We witnessed some great ko threats on Kido Cup though.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
So the thing is, I could have taken those. That would again take this, but it felt like if you Hana there and you get this seems quite good for you. And I thought I still have this ko maybe, so I followed up with some moves. And this Hana was probably dangerous. Maybe I should have done something like this, would be safer, but I'm not a textbook player, so, you know, I just throw stones and see what happens with the shape. And this was a really good move. And
yeah, I was trying to put some pressure on the corner, but I effed it up later.
Yeah, I think you did that really well. And then you took the stone, which is nice, and I wanted
because
to
the thing was, I was thinking about that thing really hard. You also said in chat with Q19, and I was thinking hard about that ko and about Sente and about all that stuff, and I was thinking about upper left corner, upper right corner, what should I do next? And so I took the stone with Q19. Scoutmaker, pay attention, because you will. No, wait. That was the other match before with the beginner. Sorry, never mind. Little try, please continue.
No problem. So it's good that you took there, and I just answered because I sort of wanted to still have the possibility for the ko. But here did you know what this move is doing for me? Why I played here, sort of?
It gives you more influence. It puts more pressure on my stone on K16. It also builds up possibilities to build more into the center with an extension maybe on M14.
To jump from this position, right?
Also to protect your two stones on P16 and Q16.
Absolutely. So my main reason sort of was, like, there's a question you can really ask like before you make every move, and this is the question about weak groups. Like, if you have your weak groups by your own, you sort of want to protect it. That's what I did here. And for you, it would be a possibility to, like, harass my group because it's weak, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of urgent for me to protect this. And the reason is, like, if you cut here,
that's what I was thinking about. Yeah.
I
16 seemed a possibility. If I would have played M16 earlier, 016 would have been a clear possibility for me if I chose to ignore the upper right corner.
So here you're going now after the corner. this is quite nice because you can drop down because you have this tiger's mouth shape here.
Yeah.
Like I cannot play there, so you separate me successfully. And I thought that I'm alive here because, like in the if you play here, I can just play here, right?
That was
like
where I was really hard thinking there. I was thinking about approaching with a honey, reducing possibilities for making ice, but B19 was the whole time in my head, and I sort of overlooked it.
The thing is, like, you can sort of remember this shape here in the corner, right? You know, this is a living formation. If you have it like this in the corner, right? If black doesn't have a stone here to go under this, so your only chance would have been to play this spot by yourself, right? And then I was planning to play here, and like you pushing here doesn't give you anything, right? So you would have to sort of go out, but this doesn't
end well for me.
Doesn't go anywhere, right? Because there is a stone at 018 at some point, and so it was good to take the outside and force me to live with my 2 points, as you pointed out earlier.
You pointed that out.
Yeah, this sequence. See, I get to Tanuki here. So center is one really important thing. I have the feeling that my formation is really quite weak. Since I protected the cut, maybe this time it's okay to like peep it and, you know, maybe surround it, ask questions, like again making me live small somewhere inside would be a possible thing. So I think I would like this more than taking this corner, because the thing is, center is, I would say, one of the most important things in Go ever. Ever. Because if you are the one to play the first move in a new area, or like you can use your move to help a weak group or attack an opponent's weak group, you have a big advantage. So one thing you should look out for is variations where you are safe, but you get center. And especially in the beginning of the game, center is humongous. It's really huge. So now you build something on the left side and put pressure on me, and I just calmly defend. I don't want to get surrounded too easily. But you manage to surround me later with this group, right? Because outside is quite valuable. And you could do this because I ignored like your jump there, because it felt like I have enough ice space and shape to live.
Also, I think F3 is it may look small for you. No, you play on F3, but it gives you enough influence on the lower border, which would make it a bit more hard for me to gain influence / territory there.
Absolutely. So first of all, it's kind of protecting the corner, and then like there are those stones they're kind of trying to work with, right?
Yeah.
So if we have an enclosure, we like to have an extension this way actually, or have it here. Something like enclosure and extension is very valuable. Put it that way. So I think if you, and there we go back to the really basics, corner, side, center. This is a corner move. You're approaching a corner. Maybe I back off and, you know, you get your base. Like the problem here is actually like I could pincer and force you to take the corner. So maybe you want to do a 3 space, because probably I will kick and then you extend. And if you have a 2 stone high wall, like 1 and 5, 2 stones high, you want to have the 3-space extension. Right?
Yeah.
So in preparation for the kick, you could play the 3 here. I think it would also be absolutely fine to make it 2-space. But you would absolutely break up the lower side, which at the end I got all the points down there, if you remember. And we're gonna look how it came that way.
Yeah.
So this jump here was not really severe or center against my group, so I could tenuki. That's the, the big thing about center. You have center here because you're not under pressure. And what do you do with your center? And you have to go back to corner side centers, and you have to know that if there is an open corner, take it. If you can approach a corner, you should approach it if you have the possibility to it. And
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, and you like to approach rather from the bigger side than from the smaller one, right?
Yeah, because I have more space to work with on the board.
You have more space to work with, and you're sort of destroying also more of my potential, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I play also here and not on the other side. It's for the same reason. And then you follow up on your stuff. That's okay. I did not fully agree with that Hane, because
I didn't either, but I thought about extending to my upper stones on.
So if you do this sort of Hane, you always have to think about what if he plays here, because it's a free Atari sort of, right?
Yeah.
Or what if he plays here? So you should like try to see what sort of continuation do you have for that, in a way. And I think it would go something like this. So the thing is that I sort of broke through to your right side, right?
Yeah.
Because you were pushing me here into this direction, right? Now, if you do this, like we say, outside is quite valuable, right? So you're kind of taking the outside here. But the part is that this, yeah?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Did you want to say something?
I was thinking about, now that I see this formation, maybe I would want to extend G10. G10.
So, so my general point here is that this wall, right, is looking into this direction.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but there is sort of already something white. So I don't know if it's like that valuable, or to make it valuable.
06?
Something along these lines. Maybe shoulder hit this group here.
Okay.
Maybe something like this, along these lines. But in general, I would rather like prefer sort of to protect the side, because that's quite some points down here.
I see.
So I'm not sure if pushing me this direction in general was that thing. So at least here I would like. It's the problem with all this all these holes you have there, right? If you play there. So I think at this moment you are a little bit too concentrated on the center, where there is still an open side, right? And the side here, and your side here is also more valuable than that center, at least in my opinion. But again, I'm not a textbook player. I can just tell you how it feels for me. So yeah, this is was also a can understand that you like that you did this. No, as black, I really would like to sort of have this shape point somewhere, but
Yeah.
nothing bad actually happened there. So that's kind of okay. Push once and then you defend here. Very good, because like if you do whatever something else, right? You have this Atari into that.
Yeah.
That would be bad. Or if you know, I don't know, do this isn't great either. So good point to defend here. And again, like I don't want you to get like this move, right? Because your shape is better. So I try to take it away from you. I don't know, maybe those 2 stones even die. I don't care about. I just want you to get the shape immediately, and you feel the pressure, and jump once. Maybe you connect to this group, right? Maybe you can turn here. So I sort of agree with your idea here. Maybe there is a better spot, but you know, again, I have no idea about that. I like the general idea. So what I'm doing here is I'm totally willing to give up those 2 stones if you do something like this. Maybe I should do it like that. Because the bottom is huge. I get a ton of points while playing. So, and maybe there are still ways to activate those 2 stones by playing from this side somewhere. At least there is still some possibilities. So all of this, like I'm getting this bottom side, sort of because you had to push and run here with the group you did here. So you see, you were bending around me, like getting the outside, but as a result, I broke through to the right side, and the flow of the stones helped me to get the bottom. So,
yeah, I see that.
Yeah, so I just go back to this move here and say, okay, if we put it to f3, I would be much happier as black than what happened in the center.
Yeah, we keep getting back to f3. Yeah, that was really huge.
Yeah.
I should have played that earlier. Lesson learned, hopefully.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's all about making experience. So now you start to split and maybe attack this stone. And I don't feel comfortable with playing something like this. So I just jump to the center and hope that there is enough area to make a group if I make a living group if I have to. Like if you jump, I can go into this direction, jump once more. I don't know. This is maybe not the correct way, but it feels like I have enough time to think about what's happening there. There is plenty of space. So maybe I would like this stone more if it would be low. But I'm not sure about that either.
Yeah, I was trying to make a living group.
So, yeah.
This felt somehow
it felt balanced actually.
I wanted it to sort of balance this out, and
So you have multiple directions to go. So I guess it's fine. Yeah, it would need some stronger player, maybe something like Scatmaker, to.
He's enjoying his lunch right now, so
Okay.
he can't give any input on that. But I would know Scatmaker would play on K10 without hesitation.
Maybe not in this particular situation. He would have played it earlier, maybe on Note 3 or something like that. So there is a thing. This isn't really a peep, you're defending the points up here with your move, right?
Yeah.
But it feels like
I should have extended on F7.
Yeah, the thing is, I can't say if it should be F7, but it's just I would like to add a move to my weak stone, right? So this side, this A side, is kind of strong, right? So that whole A side, and B is kind of lonely, right? Because
absolutely.
Things happen. Like, you know, what if white starts to play moves like this, like taking away the base you could take, right? But I didn't even want to kill you, so I just kept you and see how you deal with the situation to living there. So you started to play those formations, and I think that I would play something like this, maybe even in the first place, because this looks like the shape point here. For some reason, I played this move later, and you had to think a little bit how to do it. I don't know if it actually worked or should have worked, but I did it here. The reason for this is sort of like, if you block one side, I can connect to this, right? And if you block one side, I can connect to this. This is why it's playable, actually, for me. But you managed to live there. And here...
That was the point I was really struggling with from that point on.
No, you were reading, and you did quite well, I would say. You did a little mistake, I would say. So you have one eye here for sure, right?
Yeah.
And so the second eye should be here. We both agree on that, right?
Yes.
So I think you have multiple possibilities here. I think you can as well cut here.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah, of course. E13 is a natural extension to C11.
So this happens if I Atari you this way, right? I block here, and now you're all connected, and the move number 2 is wasted, and B11 is wasted as well. I don't think that this is a good idea for me, because, you know, what are the 3 stones here? What is 2 and the triangles doing? They don't have support. They cannot connect anywhere. So this would also not work for me. So the cut is valid. I could play this, but then you go there, and again, this stone is going to die, and so your group is going to live. So this would be one possibility. You played here, and what I did not like about this move, and I guess you agree on that, you had to play there afterwards.
Yeah.
Right? You figured out that you have to play there. I was typing already in chat, like, do you need another move to be alive? And at the moment I was ready typing my sentence, you already played it. Because, like, if white plays here, this becomes a false eye, right?
Yes.
Because,
and everything dies.
And yeah, well, there is still the cut and stuff, but you have to go back there at some point. So I protect the cut, right? It's very valuable, and you go here. So that's the point where I did not kill you, right? Because I'm not a monster, as I was saying. So, you know, I just sealed you in because.
But it made me think really hard about my own formation over here. That made me think really hard. So yeah, that was
you took
that
this
was
in
something.
center and went down there. So well done. Could be dangerous, because in a game maybe someone will just play here and say, okay, if you run out, you go nowhere. I could do this, right? So you have to be careful if you think that the moves are center. You always have to consider, like if you consider I play 1, he plays 2, and I play 3, always think about if they don't play 2, but play the 2 on your 3, and you get to play the 3 there. Is it good enough? So because you don't really have to play here, just because if I play here, you can still block there, and it's still alive. And if I go here, you just capture the stone, and it's still alive. So it's not important actually to play that A move. Would be like directly. But now we come back to scroll a little bit back. If you play your move here, you don't need another move. I fix my cut, and again you get center. And center is one of the most important, if not, well, okay, counting is also important, counting liberties, but I really poke on that center is very important. So you see, if you play A9 and I fix my cut, because it's quite big actually, I think, at the moment for me, you are free to play wherever you want. So you're probably the first one to play in here and force me to defend my territory somehow, or maybe even play here, or see what you can do with the 2 stones. At least having center, even if we are already middle in the game, is quite huge.
Okay,
so
yeah.
By dropping down here, you need another move at A8. Actually, after I fixed the cut, right? You just did this exchange first, but you played 2 moves where you actually would only need 1. So I get to play here. This is already sort of end game-ish,
Yeah.
right? Because
I thought so too.
The things are settled, and for the end game, it's kind of the same thing like in the opening. You can also apply that corner side center to the end game. So if the game is getting close, it's again the biggest end game should actually be in the corners, and then the sides, and then in the center, because center will be mostly dame in most of the games. This seems a little bit submissive. I think you could do it this way, push me a little bit more. Also, you could, I guess, ask me here first, and maybe then do that. It's all that's possible, I guess. I didn't really play like hard moves, right? I just did it calmly. So here I was thinking that you take the stone, then I would have to go back and you block here. It's kind of similar what happened in the game. And doesn't really make much of a difference, I think. So there is a thing with, like, do we have to protect this cut? That's kind of hard to say, right? Let's say you play down there and I get to do this. I think this doesn't really work for me if I try to do this, because you hurt my corner, right? I cannot afford to play this E19 move, like, you know, threatening to connect here and take something just because it would be an exchange for my corner and I don't lose my corner. But I think protecting here is absolutely fine. I just continue here because I thought if you go there and I block and you want to cut me, there is no chance for this stone to escape. So it was good from the side where you played. You're protecting against the double Atari. I'm doing this. I think I would have played here directly because it feels like white wants to, but maybe it's kind of similar. You kind of back off a little bit.
Yeah, I backed off there.
Which is kind of natural if you're playing a stronger player because you don't want to get in reading fights or something. But if you do that too much, you lose, 3 points here, 2 points there, 5 points there, and at the end of the day, it sums up, right?
Yeah.
So try to play pressureful moves, and pressureful is like reducing liberties on your opponent, right? Because this gives you possibilities for Atari that way, Atari this way, or threaten things if you reduce the liberties of your opponent thing. So this is the point where you play this move. And you already said you did some sort of misread, right? Like in a real game, I would instantly play here.
Yeah, and everything dies.
If you connect, I take all, so you would have to do something like this, and it's awful, right? It's awful. So after this descent,
Puppies are crying after that one.
Yeah, so it's like this was the only response. I didn't tell you in the game because I never planned to play it, and we have something like to review on, right? So I think this is here the only chance, even if I do something like that. Then we have a co, and you like feels like
but your next move goes on R19 and everything dies.
Yeah, the thing is, now it's your turn. And like, what if you play here? The thing is, I will definitely not like take the ko and you push down. Then, I have to, I don't know. I don't want you to play that, so I will definitely respawn. And you get to take.
Well, that reduction down there on the border, I think the points you would have lost there if I pushed slowly through would have been less than the points you gained with killing the corner, killing my stones.
Now look, the thing is, I need another move, otherwise it's ko again, right?
Yeah.
I need another move, so I would have to take, and then you really destroy a lot. You not only, take all that as territory, yeah, or most of it, and destroy it. It's also I have to play a move over here. So look at those triangles. I think
okay, so more potential over there.
Yeah, I think this push through is quite a threat, to be honest. But again, maybe I'm not that good. So the thing is, like, there is no reason to play T19 because if I play here, you don't even have to ko, right?
Yeah.
So you just die. So, and if you can choose between I die or I can play a ko to maybe live, you pick the ko because it's the better option, right? You still have a possibility. And the thing is, okay, even if they die, right? Like, even if this ko is working, you maybe get to move somewhere else. That's what the ko threats are for, and that's why ko is a good thing, right? At least better than just dying, because okay, you die maybe if we play the ko, but that means I ignore a move of yours and you get to play a second move there, and this should be quite valuable. At least if there are ko threats available, maybe like this push. So I think after 019, P19 only choice.
Yeah. But
I didn't take advantage of this, and someone in chat I think pointed out, Gaxlol, something like this, that it could be valuable too.
P19 thing does look worth fixing, yeah.
Yeah, it does look worth fixing, right? Absolutely. Because if you get it, I cannot do anything anymore, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what am I doing here, right? If I go there, you just go here, and if I go here, you just take. So after you have P17, P19 is a thing, like if white overlooked it. So I played some moves actually just to like give you center to play there, because I don't have to respond here, right? I still could go up there, but you just push once more, or this isn't going anywhere. So this was R2 was actually a good move. Like there we are in like end game, so it would be, I think, I'm
Scottmaker's back.
Yay!
Welcome back.
So I think I definitely missed this spot by, you know, just blocking there. And I think my choice would be here. The thing is, I value center very high, even in endgame or whatever. And, you know, I'm gonna block here, so you get center, because I will not like, I will not make any other weird stuff, because you have the monkey chop from there, right? This is reducing 10 to 12 points of mine. So I will respond, and you get to play the next big end game move, or get to fix this one. So trying to maintain center is quite huge. Also, this drop down, we are talking about center again, or still actually. Yeah. We see this in a lot of double-digit Q games. We saw it in the Q Clash, I think 50 times. I mean, it felt like 50 times. That's a situation where you want to connect here, just because if you drop down, I get another free move, and you have to fix somewhere again. So and D19. So this is the point where I wanted to know if you like go for a big point, yeah, or do something with your center, because here clearly this cut, before you protect this cut, you should try to read it. And if you can read that it doesn't do anything, you don't have to protect it like in the game. How you do. If you can read it. If you cannot read it, it's absolutely fine that you do it. But those situations where there's so few space, and
I thought
sort of a forced sequence, right? It's kind of, this is the most I can do, right? Like this is the Atari sequence. I push you over. There you connect. This is an Atari. You have to connect. Okay, and now I have to play this, and
yeah, but G16 then builds a net, and
yeah, you just have to stay strong, because I need to make 2 eyes to survive, right? Because it's your area. You don't even have to be fancy and try stuff. In such a situation, it's also, if you have an area claimed and they make an invasion that is inappropriate, like you were hovering over J3 as I saw it, but you decided against it. We're gonna come to that a little bit later. Just stay strong in this situation. Don't think about how you kill those white stones. Yeah, just stay solid and say, okay, I'm all connected. What are you going to do?
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big spot, because if you do, like, you try to kill it with this move or something, I'm getting forcing moves. So you just take away the moves that I could play with to try to get something. So you just extend your stones, play solid shape, and don't care about what like white is doing, right? Protect this cut if you want, and if you can't read that it doesn't do anything. So staying solid. So the part is, like, if you have a situation like this, don't blindly protect this cut. First read if it's possible if this cut is doing something. So this is just a little end game. Push, push, push. Yeah. So all the things I was doing, I was waiting until you play P19 actually, until you do it. This is why I pushed here and connected my stones and see what you do, and they do it again. So I'm running out of good moves. But it was fun. And we had a nice situation here. It was totally fine that you play here, but I wanted to show you if the liberties are kind of short here. Try to read what happens if you play here or what happens if you play here. And this here is the nice spot that white cannot block you and capture the stone because this would be self-Atari. So white's only choice would be doing this.
Do you hear that, self-Atari? This would have been you.
Yeah, self-Atari.
He's in chat, yeah.
He finally got his internet broadband today. Like,
hey!
He was waiting 2 weeks.
Hype for self-Atari for getting decent internet now. Yeah. Hype in chat. Give me some hype. Hype.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you know, an internet Go player without being able to watch streams is kind of sucks, right? We can all feel with that. So the situation here that you can play here, right? I play there. You now draw back. That's still an Atari. I have to fix. Yeah. You see that I have only those points here, and in the game variation, I had 2 points more.
Yes.
Yeah. With the same center value, sort of, right? Because you have center after the sequence, right? Because you have center because I fixed here, and you have center because I fixed here. So you lost 2 points here, we would say. So look out for these clamps if there is a shortage on liberties on those clamped stones. And maybe they cannot play here, so you can play one at this spot. And now you go back to finally fix P19. That was kind of good. Also, before responding to my moves, you should probably ask if you have other stuff that you can do. Like, what if you play here now? I think I will not try to play this Ko because the 4 stones are kind of big. Well, maybe so is this. Maybe that's the wrong situation for that, but you know, sometimes we threaten things, and if you can find something bigger to threaten, you can play those moves first, right? Maybe I threaten, let's say, 1 or 2 points here.
I must admit, I didn't see that.
I'm also not really sure if this is the correct situation, but it's a sort of a principle, right? I threaten to take, to steal $5 from you, but if you threaten to steal 15 from me, I will first protect my 15, right? And then you can go back and protect your 5 stones after that. So that's some sort of main principle. So we go here and there. That's all fine. I protect this down here. That's all sort of end game. And
I missed the Ko over there.
Yeah, you missed the Ko, but that's totally fine. I think I would have just backed off and let you connect it because, you know, there is no point in fighting this Ko with you in a game where I have more points. And now let's go to the point where I saw you hovering over this move. And
I was thinking about some shenanigans, but
should I do it? Shouldn't I? Okay, there is one main thing many DDKs do wrong. Like,
I'm listening.
They think about moves like this when the game is over, sort of, or it's not about the game is over, but white's outside, is already absolutely perfect, right? I have nearly, okay, let's say maybe there is something. White is strong all around. So if you invade in an area where it's completely sealed in and it's really strong, I have the most easy way to not let you have anything. I think I can play any move around there, and whatever you do, I will just stay solid, like Nobby, right? I don't even try to like Hane and capture stones. I would just stay solid. And whatever you do, I just stay
I would have
strong.
never gotten the space to build 2 eyes or anything else like that.
Absolutely.
That's
So if
also
you,
the reason why I decided against it, because
Mhm.
already attaching my stone to yours takes one liberty away from my
Yep,
stone.
yep,
So
yep, yep.
this was just a silly thought, not a real consideration if I should actually play
Hmm.
that, because it would have not have any effect on the outcome of this game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the thing is, if you feel like, okay, I'm behind, and I think you realized it at some point in the game where you said you're gonna lose, where I say, okay, I'm several ranks stronger. We were not fighting about who is gonna win this game, hopefully, uh, but we were like fighting about what shape do you play, what moves do you make, and which direction you pick, sort of. So if you plan something like this, um, you should probably do it now, sort of,
Yes,
right? Where there are
enough
still
space
holes
to
in
try
there.
stuff.
Yeah, there is still, you can like come in from this side, right? You can start with something like this if you don't want to do it the way you did. But the thing is, like, don't solidify the outside first and then invade, because you're making your life harder than it actually would be. But the problem was that in the process of making B alive, right, that sort of helped my outside, solidified it, and it's already quite hard to invade there. So I think these were all my points and issues on this game, to be honest. I don't know what else I could mention. It's best to reduce earlier, says Catmaker, and he must know because he is 40Q. At least that's what he says. But he doesn't even play online Go. I think he's just playing on a real board, and this only twice a year, something like this. We really need to get Catmaker playing online Go again. Yeah.
Hi,
Do you
Finger
have?
Mage. Welcome to the review chat.
Hi, Fingermate. Okay. 5-7. Oh, people use their social security number as a login. That's quite interesting.
What?
Just kidding. Uh,
I hope.
some,
I hope it isn't.
I know, scared, but I guess 40Q is quite strong, to be honest. Yeah. So, Alex, do you have a particular question about something, or something you still want to like ask or express, or is something like not as clear as I thought that I mentioned it? So it's,
I think
yeah.
no questions from me. I
Okay,
think
so yeah, why did I get such a huge bottom? Would be my question to you. Like, how did?
because
Yeah.
I tried to desperately live with my black stones over here and fail
Hmm.
to prevent you from building more
Hmm. Hmm.
influence over here.
Yeah. So.
This was what
Hmm.
actually
I see.
enabled you.
Yeah.
Wait, oh
Yeah.
god
Yeah.
damn it!
Hmm.
Scarpmaker's name is also Alex. This will be confused.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh damn it!
Yeah. So since, yeah, right, you sort of had this weak group, and that helped me because you had to sort of, or at least you felt like you have to pick this direction, and I could protect my stuff down there. And we
Yep.
all start, and I think it really all started by playing this move not at f3 to mention this once again. So you really should say, like, do I have center? And if I have center, the first thing is, are there weak groups? So maybe you say, okay, maybe this is looking like a weak group, right? Doesn't look that strong. So maybe this is also a possibility to like make them jump, and then you sort of approach and do something like this, for example. Don't take my moves for granted or for sure. But the thing is, center, if you realize when you have center and then go like, do they have weak groups or do I have weak groups? Like you defend your, or you sort of attack my weak group. And attacking my weak group does not mean you're going to kill it. It just means you put pressure on it, you get some moves, and you get something for it. You get something for, therefore, that I survive. But you have some stones in that area, and it feels good, man, sort of. And it's really think about corner side center. So approaching a single cornerstone is a natural move.
We're always getting back to f3. I should have played that.
Yeah.
I get the feeling I should have played that.
Yeah, sort of. I think your feeling is kind of correct, I guess. It's kind of correct. Like, I back off and you have already a nice formation. Maybe I want to protect my
that
group.
black formation there, the 1, 5, and 3 marked stones.
Yeah.
I like that. I should remember that.
So you really should remember this idea of, I have a 2-space wall and I want a 3-space jump. And the thing is, we actually don't count the first 2 lines. So I count this as a 2-stone wall because I don't count the first 2 lines. Yeah? Because from a 3-space wall, you would like to extend 4 spaces, right? But I think therefore the stone has to be up there so that the things make sense. So it's always like the height of the wall above the second line, +1 is the extension. Sort of the ideal, or so it's not over concentrated and efficient enough. Yeah, so we all come back to like the flow of the stones, like surrounding me here would be good. Like if I would have to, go back and live inside or do something like this, and you can seal that off, I think this looks pretty good. But since I sort of managed to break through here, so let's see, if you do that, I would go here. If you played this now, I go there, you drop down. Maybe that's possible. Maybe you should. Maybe the Hane was okay.
Move 4 on S12. Yeah.
Then then this is this crazy code for me, right? Maybe I lose everything now. So. Maybe the Hane was okay, but maybe you should have connected because I don't have that good of a follow-up. So maybe I would just back off and you get to...
Wait, just build that crazy ko again. The variation with the crazy ko.
I Atari, and you cut me here, and you said, I don't play here, but I go here. And then you play there. So if I connect that looks sketchy to me. So I think here it's the same thing for corner invasions. I'll just put a stone here, right? Or somewhere. Like, and if they invade, or let's say white is somewhere strong outside, and they invade. If you want to kill this, you usually want the stone on the second line. You don't want them to get a ko or something, or maybe even live, sort of. So you want the line on the second stone, maybe here or maybe here. Would have to read what happens.
Okay.
And the thing is, like, if they push through, you don't want to block here, because if they turn, it's center, right? You have to protect this stone, and then maybe they get to live. This here is dead, but it's the idea that you are so strong that you can like extend that way and can handle it if they push through instead. And so if they turn here, it's not a forcing move. And okay, now I have to do something like this. It's not a forcing move. Yeah. I don't know if this is a good example, but I think the same thing applies here. If you drop down to the second line, yeah, I mean, this doesn't really help me a lot, right? This looks kind of dead, and okay, I have this one. Maybe I'm wrong. So as I said, I'm not a textbook player. I don't know like basic shapes. I just have to go by intuition. But I still want you to play F3. That's the theme of the day. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the game.
I did. I learned a lot. Thank you very much for the review.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're very welcome. And Fingermate, sure, we can play a game. I want to get the teaching game as well. Fingermate is quite strong.
Oh, I would love to watch that, because I think my time for now is more or less over for the stream, but I think I might watch a game. Have to get to work tomorrow, so
yeah. So I will head out of Discord and say goodbye to you, and see you another time.
Hopefully. Thank you very much again for the review. Have a nice evening, and I'm looking forward to that game with Finger Mage.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Bye. Okay. Okay. What's this? Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I will download it. Bloop. That review for later. KD parties. One of our partisan Discordia. I will probably do that. Okay. Yeah, let's have a look who I could host or raid. Let's see. Who is online? Who is playing some of that amazing board game? Of course, Batsko. Let's raid him. Thank you very much for the review. Thank you very much for everything, chat. This was an amazing stream, and hope we will have this again very soon. Goodbye, good night, good day, good relative daytime, wherever you are, and I'll hope to see you next time. Bye-bye. Let's raid him.